Welcome in, Bluegrass Sports Nation fans, to the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex here in Jackson, Kentucky, and the Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you live first-round coverage of the Bobcats, and they are taking on the St. Henry Crusaders. I'm joined here tonight by Evan Miller. We'll try to bring you all the action from a rainy night here from the riverbank.
Yeah, Rob, it's looking like it's going to be a very ugly and gritty game tonight. Of course, grass field, rain equals mud. Bobcats have a history of mud in the playoffs.
Yeah, they really do. A running game as strong as ours, you want to expect, to see a lot of the ground game and not a passing game in a wet game like this with having to keep the guys on the ground and the feet on the ground and the ball not in the air. But I tell you what, the Bobcats also we've seen it throughout the last few games. We are very well balanced in the passing game and in the running game. But I look to see a lot of Jaden Gibson and Eli Thomas and Braden Barnett and John Carter Holland coming out of the backfield tonight.
Definitely, it's very hard not to get players like that involved. Of course, the two backfield that we have right now with Thomas and Gibson, they both have. Thomas has 1,200 yards on the year, and Gibson has 400. Both very versatile backs. Of course, Thomas fills that more workhorse role. Gibson fills that third down back role, and it's just a very good tandem the Bobcats have had all year. I mean, that duo combines for most of the 2018 rushing yards we have on the year.
We talk every week about impact players. We talk about impact players. We talk about keys to the game. The Bobcats in the last couple of weeks, you really think about things. Is there a particular impact player? There's not. It's all three facets of the game. We've seen Adam Spencer, among other people, step up in different positions. So, folks, stay right with us here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We got to take a quick break for the national anthem, and we'll be back here on BSN.
For 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
All right, folks, Bluegrass Sports Nation back here from the Riverbank in Jackson, Kentucky, bringing you the Breathitt County Bobcats in first round playoff action. They'll be taking on the St. Henry Crusaders. St. Henry Crusaders coming to you. We're a very well-known community close to Erlanger. That name's going to ring a bell for a few people.
Yeah, probably
And
leave a sour taste in a few Bobcat fans and
yeah.
players' mouths.
It kind of up there in between Erlanger and Ellesmere in Kentucky. So we're Northern Kentucky making the trip down. So, Evan, two things that we talked about during the commercial break. You know, we've not really picked an impact player, and we've not really picked any keys to the game. But two people that we really want to talk about that have continued to shine for the Bobcats in the last few weeks. Young man that kind of at points last week in the game just put the team on his back and said, you know, I've got to do what I've got to do, and I'm the quarterback. Well, I'm talking about Miles Holland.
Yeah, Miles had a great game last week. Don't have the individual stats from last game with us right now, but a very good game. Wasn't afraid to get mobile.
Yeah.
Which is something you like to see. And I know it's something that Coach Moore likes to see. Of course, it calls back like Jalen Turner, a quarterback who had almost as many rushing yards as did receiving yards.
Yeah.
Or not receiving yards, passing yards. Sorry.
It was fun to watch him, and it's been fun to watch him grow up on the football field. You know, we're thinking about Miles this time a year ago, maybe with a little bit of hesitancy when he would tuck the ball and have to run with it, but he's got a confidence built about him this year. And I'm telling you what, when he tucked it last week, he was getting out of there and he picked up positive yards every time.
Yeah, but definitely we cannot talk about impact players and without bringing up one specific player.
Yeah.
And this calls back to how well all three sides of the ball have been playing. Our 2A District 6 Player of the Year, Waylon Abner.
Yeah, Mr. Abner, as we'll direct him tonight, picking up some big honors voted on by other coaches here in district and people that know him well. Very proud of him. Waylon picking up the Class 2A District 6 Player of the Year and the Class 2A District 6 Lineman of the Year. So picking up both of those awards, and he'll be wearing those awards well, I'm sure, tonight throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Definitely, not many people can look at a player like Waylon Abner and not say he's not a stud. I mean, you just look at his defensive stats. Of course, really don't track stats for offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Wish we could pancake blocks, big blocks, stuff like that. But just looking at his defensive stats, guy is absolutely awesome. He's recorded 35 total sacks, 6 of those being tackles for loss.
Yeah, he does a great job on both sides of the ball. There's not much that the young man, you could put him in any position along that front line offensively and defensively that he could not excel at. Waylon just doing a heck of a job and very much deserving of both of those awards. He's become quite the leader too. He's a gentle giant, as we like to call him, and he's a quiet guy. But I tell you what, he leads by example defensively and offensively. And Miles the same way. Miles has picked up a leadership quality about himself that he's going to lead this offense and do what they need to do. And we've talked about his vision and his great ability being back there in that backfield for the Bobcats. And you know, he's going to pick up a lot more awards going forward in the future for him being a young quarterback on this team. And just so many people we could pick in the last few weeks to be players of the game. So many people we could pick to brag on. And just two of those here tonight that we wanted to mention before we went live with game coverage.
And definitely, Rob. Those guys are also going to be very integral to this playoff push the Bobcats are going to go on. Of course, to get 2 games here at the Riverbank, and then from the looks of RPI, they're going to travel to Belfry in their 3rd round.
Yeah, that's the way things look right now. You take care of business tonight, take care of business next week, and we would make the trip to Death Valley,
Creek,
as they say, over to Pond Creek and play the Belfry Pirates if everything goes our way.
Yep.
Talking about things going our way, before we don't need any more commercials, do we, Mr. Producer? We want to talk a little bit about football. We had a lot of action last night. I don't know if anybody was keeping up with KHSAA or maybe looking online, but a lot of games played last night just to stay away from the inclement weather and try to keep people out of the weather that's taking place tonight. A lot of teams in our district and a lot of teams that, you know, we could face in the future. And Walton Grona went over to Morgan County, took care of business 49-6. Somerset taking care of Washington County 49-21. Russell County not Russell County, but Russell was victorious 48-0 over Carroll County. Rockcastle over Estill County, 41-8. Just some local people. Here's one that I was interested in, and Prestonsburg continues to roll. The Blackcats now at 11-0 with a 42-0 win over Eastridge. North Laurel over Madison Southern. Middlesboro 56-6 win over Harlan. So some big games taking place last night, and we were talking about it in pregame. Knott County Central with their first ever playoff win, 30-20 over Shelby Valley. So a lot of football last night played in the mountains and across Kentucky, like we talked about. Inclement weather. There's a lot of rain falling. We had some high winds earlier, but I think that the inclement part of it has calmed down here around game time. So I think we're just going to have a rainy night to try and get this one in here on the riverbank.
Yeah, Rob. Hopefully we don't get any lightning strikes or anything like that to delay this game, and hopefully it's just a smooth game, just a little, and it just stays a little wet out there.
Well, the Bobcats and the Crusaders getting ready to kick this one off. We got about 30 seconds. We want to say thanks again to everybody tuning in on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Definitely, this is a new season. When the playoffs start, it's a new season. I know that's a lot. You hear that a lot, especially being around a team, but it is. It's a new season. It's win or go home.
Yep. You start off no record at all. Yep. 0-0.
No record at all. And I told a guy that I spoke with, I guess it was Wednesday, that he came and watched part of the game last week, and he was bragging on the Bobcats. I said, we've got a lot of players that came into things right around that Hazard game during the injuries that we had, and they have progressed and gotten better, and we're peaking at the right time here in the playoffs.
Yep, and hopefully those players who are peaking don't reach their ceiling now, and they can keep on going. And hopefully, if things keep going the Bobcats' way, reach that ceiling of the state championship.
Well, we lined up with 12 minutes on the clock. Crusaders maybe showing an onside kick. The Bobcats line up, but now they're going to spread out. So we'll get ready to kick this one off live from the Riverbank. Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you the Bobcats and the Crusaders. Here's the kick. It's going to fall across the middle and be fell on right around the 34-yard line by Adam Spencer. I think it got one player got a hand on it, or maybe it touched a shoulder pad or something and came off one of the Bobcats. And
of course, as we said tonight a little bit, it's raining, so very hard to grip that ball. You might see some of the receivers forego their gloves and just go for their bare hands, try to catch the ball tonight. Some if the Bobcats and the Crusaders elect to go for a passing game.
You make a very good point in the fact
that lightning. No, wait. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, we're going to go with the first play. Referees are going to blow it dead. Yep, we got a whistle right before the first play of action. We got the kickoff in, and Adam Spencer able to fall on it, and the Bobcats line up for the first offensive play, and we had two lightning strikes or flashes not too far off. So we talked about inclement weather, and now we're faced with it on the first drive, first play of offense for the Bobcats, and 1 second ticked off the clock. Folks, we'll be back. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral health care services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, East Kentucky Chiropractic, and Quantum Healthcare. We want to be your medical home in the mountains, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, x-ray, lab, transportation, case management, sliding fee scale, and 340B drug pricing. Little Flower Clinic, 279 East Main Street, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., 487-9505, and Quantum Healthcare, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m., 436-0711, or visit our webpage, kymha.com.
All right, folks, quick update here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. The rain continues to come down. We before the game, we did not have any lightning flashes here close by, and everything looked like we were going to be just fine. Kickoff, Adam Spencer covers it up around the 34-yard line. Bobcats line up for their first down of the night from the 34, and right before Miles Holland takes a snap, we got a lightning flash in the distance. So the referees have pulled the players off the field. The fans have been instructed that they can leave and come back. And we will at least have about a 20-minute break if
another one that's just another flash.
Well, yeah, every time there's a flash of lightning, it's supposed to be 20 minutes from that time period. I think the rule is actually 30, but if the radar looks clear, the referees can make that call on their own. This being a playoff game with some stature to it, I would imagine that they will stick to the black and white rule. So we're going to keep the stream up and be live. You'll have their broadcast screen up there that'll be up, and it'll just be a weather delay for now. Well, you won't hear us, but we'll be back, and we'll update you just as soon as we know something here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. So keep check and stay with us. All right, folks, we are back here on the riverbank. The rain continues to fall, but we have made it through the last lightning delay. Been advised to bring the players back onto the field. They'll get about 3 minutes for warm-up, and we will be starting on a 34-yard line. Looks like for the Bobcats with 11:59 still on the clock here in the first quarter. We did get 1 second off. If you hadn't tuned in, we had a kickoff covered by Adam Spencer around the 34, 35-yard line. And first play of offense, Miles Holland walked up to center and had a lightning strike, and referees whistled the play dead, and we didn't even get to snap the ball. That brought us to where we are now at about 8:07 on my clock, and joined back by Evan Miller.
Yeah, Rob. I mean, usually when we get these lightning delays, we're always like, okay, the offense needs to do this and that. We got to do it in Estill County where we almost had a whole half to play, but now you get the whole football game and we didn't even get to see a play of offense.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes back to what we were talking about in pregame. It's all the speculation we had going into this game.
Yeah, you know, you try to fight the weather, and you look at radars, and you try to do what you can do, and you know, we got the guys on the field, and it looked like we were going to miss part of what was coming across the state, but Mother Nature had other plans. Things ballooned on the radar. And folks, I don't know where you're listening from, but here at the stadium at the riverbank, I would estimate, you know, in that 30, 35, 40-minute period of time, we had half to three-quarters, at least a half-inch rain, maybe a little bit more. It was a heavy downpour for about 15 or 20 of those minutes. So the field is water-soaked, actually some puddles over in the middle.
Yeah, Rob, it looks like it's going to be a very messy game. We knew it was going to be a messy game coming into the night because it's been raining since about 2 o'clock today. Of course, I looked outside about 3 o'clock when I got back from the house from Moorhead and just saw it was flat pouring. And like you said, it just came an absolute downpour during this little break we had. Of course, I got out and drove around to kill a little time, and the roads were bad. And if the roads were getting bad, the grass out there on the field's probably worse too.
Yeah, the field's good and saturated. It was already damp, like you made mention of earlier. You know, the rain that we've had throughout the day off and on, and the storm that moved through earlier. We already had a rain-soaked field, and the heavy rain that went through has saturated it even more. So
give me a second.
We are working on the clock, and they're trying to establish how much of a warm-up period that the players will get here in front of us. We want to thank you guys for staying tuned here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. I want to thank all of our sponsors for being with us here tonight. You'll hear more about them as the night goes forward. Appreciate our executive producer over here, Darren Back, for keeping their live stream up and on the air and keeping everybody informed on their start times. I did make a roving reporter trip down to the den, and I asked a wealth of knowledge from 5 or 6 Bobcat former players, coaches, people from different decades, and they could not remember a lineman winning the Player of the Year in district and also Lineman of the Year. So,
well, Rob, you look at all the players in this district. You have that running back tandem from West Carter, and you have players like Miles Holland and Eli Thomas, and you're like, okay, those guys are locks for this Player of the Year in our district. But then you look at Waylon Abner, and linemen really don't get those sing-song praises like running backs and quarterbacks get. And you just look at the weapon Waylon Abner's been on defense. Offense as well, but like we were talking about in our pregame for the folks that were around for that, you really don't track offensive lineman stats. You track defense, though, and he's made 30-some tackles and had 6 tackles for a loss. That's big time from a defensive lineman.
Yeah, well, it looked like we were going to have a little bit of a time there maybe to play a commercial or two, but now we don't.
Coach Jeremy Moore came in here and said, as soon as that clock hits 2 minutes, we're playing.
Yeah, players have been directed to both sidelines off the field for warm-ups. The offense will line back up, and it looks like they're on the 34 over on the right hash, so we'll get ready to kick this one off for the Bobcats' first offensive series. And, of course, that is a Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Bobcats as we attempt to get this one underway here from the riverbank.
Yeah, Rob. Looks like the Bobcats came out in a heavier set to start the drive whenever we first kicked off, and now it looks like they've gone more to their
two receivers to the left.
Yeah, 2 receivers to the left and the up.
One to the right. I think that's Combs on the far side of the field.
Yeah.
And we got a whistle. Time on the clock. Give in the backfield to Thomas. Thomas breaks it open. He's up around the 40. Be tackled by a Crusader group of defensive players.
Yeah, a good 5-yard gain to open up the running offense for the Bobcats. Of course, and that's going to be a really big challenge for Eli Thomas. A muddy field means less traction when you plant your feet. So we'll really see if he has that balance we've talked about all year.
Same set. Thomas goes to the left, 2 receivers to the right, or left, 1 to the right. Given to Thomas in the backfield, still on his feet, gets past 1 defender, rolls forward over into Crusader territory, up around the 45. Let's see where they're going to mark it. They'll mark it at the 46.
Plus the Bobcats in plus territory on almost a 15-yard run for Thomas. So far, these first 2 runs for him, really good.
Quick pass across the middle for Austin Barker, and it's caught up around the 28-yard line. So a nice quick pass from Holland out of the backfield and had Barker wide open. Barker makes the snag, and another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Bobcats.
This Bobcat offense is showing a lot of speed right now, Rob. It's really hard for us to make it's really hard for me to make these color analyst calls because they're just moving so fast right now.
Difficult play, too. You look into the lights, and the rain continues to come down here at the riverbank. So once again, 2 receivers to the left. Ball comes loose. Holland picks it up. He's going to be sacked in the backfield around the 40-yard line. So there's one of those weather-related turnovers that could have been a very possible turnover. It wasn't a turnover. Holland able to snag it and pick it back up, and he's tackled for a loss. They'll spot it at the 36.
Yeah. You're going to see that a few times tonight where the ball is just so wet, it's going to be hard for anyone to field.
So Holland back in the set. He'll give it to Thomas. Thomas around the right corner up to about the 28, maybe the 27-yard line. So a good pickup by Eli. 10:33 on the clock.
Yeah. We're really going to see a lot of the run game tonight. See if the Bobcats can really have that grit you need to have a really good run offense tonight, Rob.
3rd and about 8 for the Bobcats now, middle of the field. Trying to get it over into Crusader red zone territory. Holland takes a snap. Give in the backfield to Thomas again. Thomas with an opening around the 15, the 10. Dodges another defender up to about the 5, still on his feet, fighting for the end zone. He'll get up to about the 2-yard line. Referee calling for a fresh ball. They'll spot it at the 4, I believe.
Really good run by Thomas there. Very good job reading his blocks.
Yeah.
Of course, we see that bunch set we've talked about all year with the Bobcats. And the receivers out there did a very good job stock blocking for their running back.
Bobcats right back to offense. They give it to Thomas, and Thomas into the end zone for the first score of the night. The Bobcats with a family pharmacy touchdown with 9:58 on the clock.
Bobcats on this first drive, Rob. Long time coming. I went down to the den as well during this little break, and the boys were very antsy. They looked like they were ready to play and didn't want to waste any more time tonight, Rob.
Yeah, they were ready to play. The very loose atmosphere. The guys were excited to get back out here. Both teams coming back onto the field ready to play. And looks like the Bobcats will go with a heavy set and go for 2. Barnett and Gibson in the Wildcat. He'll take the snap, but we got an immediate whistle coming from the line judge over on the Crusader sideline.
Yeah. Bobcats looking to be very aggressive right now, Rob. They want to put the 8 points up on the board as soon as possible. Trying to see what that call was. Yeah. Yeah, I thought they moved it up, Rob.
Yeah, they did. Penalty must have been an offsides on the defense encroachment. Snap back to Gibson, and Gibson runs it in for the 2-point conversion. So the Bobcats up 8-0. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Our folks, welcome back to Bluegrass Sports Nation. 9:58 on the clock. Your score is 8-0. Bobcats take the early lead here in the first quarter. And Wyatt Spencer will come on for the kickoff.
Yeah, Rob. Bobcats looked very aggressive on that drive, going for 2, being very dominant in the run game, and having their squib specialist, Wyatt Spencer, out there to kick the ball.
So the ball's going to take a roll back to about the 25 and be picked up by the Crusaders. He's going to be brought down right around the 30-yard line by a host of Bobcats.
Yeah, that looks like right in that area where it's getting really muddy. It's going to be really hard to set your feet, make an open field tackle there, Rob.
Yeah, that midfield area right now is a puddle, to say the least.
Yeah, it looks like it's just puddling up right there around the 35-yard line going towards the greenhouse.
So Bobcat defense comes out, gets set. Crusaders line up. Quarterback will give in the backfield. And the young man with nowhere to run, he gets up to about the 28, maybe the 29 before he's tackled.
Trying to get a number for that young man. Was it 36?
36, yep.
That is Lucas Pate for the Crusaders.
One of the Pate brothers.
As we were informed by some of the players up here keeping track of stats, their leading rusher, Caden Kunsteck, was hurt, so he won't be playing tonight.
Three bunch receivers to the right. Quarterback back in the gun.
They try to hit the Bobcat defense with a hard count there, Rob.
Hard count doesn't work. They'll make the play, turn, give in the backfield. Straight up the middle, met again by Carson Miller and Waylon Abner on the tackle, right around the 30, maybe the 31.
Yeah, really good discipline by the Bobcat defense there. Of course, maybe in the earlier, we talked about discipline a lot early on this season with them, Rob. Maybe against a Middlesboro in the first game, they would have jumped off sides with that hard count, but they really fight that off right now and do a good job keeping them right at the line of scrimmage.
Like we've talked about, they've checked a lot of those boxes on defense, especially discipline and staying at home and playing responsibility.
Yeah.
Crusaders come back out and get set. Two receivers over to the left. The man in right will go in motion to make it trips left. Takes his defender all the way to the numbers. Pitch in the backfield to 36, and he slips up, and he'll go down around the 26, maybe the 27-yard line.
Yeah, almost a very big play there.
Yeah.
Crusaders caught the Bobcats really committing to an inside run, not an outside pitch.
Yeah.
So that could have been a big play for them. But, of course, the elements kind of affected that there.
Once again, the rain, a deciding factor on that play as Pate goes down. The Crusaders, with 7:46 on the clock, will bring out the punt team.
Good opening stand from the Bobcat defense. We've seen that a lot this year where they do very good in the opening drive, kind of establish themselves here early, Rob.
Back deep for the Bobcats is Spencer. Here's the snap and the kick. Good punt. Going to fall around the 45 and take a roll towards the Crusader sideline where it'll go out of bounds.
Looks like it'll be at the 39-yard line for the Bobcats. Very good field position. They've started around this area both times in their offensive drives tonight, Rob.
So another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Bobcats as they'll take over to 39.
You can really see the rain's not letting up them blue jerseys, that Bobcat blue jersey for the or the Bobcat blue on the jerseys for the Bobcats is really starting to darken up a little bit, Rob.
Yeah, a muddy field. It's going to be hard to see the numbers on the white jerseys for sure.
Yeah.
Bobcats come out and get set. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Deep ball by Holland, intended for John Carter, just off the fingertips. Had his defender beat and would be on the way to the end zone. Pass goes incomplete, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 39.
Yeah, Rob, I think I mentioned it pregame. You might see the receivers start to lose their gloves a little bit here and there because as those get wet, they lose a little bit more of the grip they have. So they might opt to catch the ball with their bare hands rather than with gloves.
Bobcats getting set again. Same set. Give in the backfield. Thomas comes up the middle. Breaks free from a man, and he's going to fall forward. Looks like he's picked up the first down. He's right at the sticks. I believe it'll be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, very good patience we've talked about all year with Thomas as he kind of broke down, chopped his feet, which could have been very dangerous in this condition. We saw it earlier with Pate as he slipped, but Thomas does a good job, finds a crease, and it's a big first down for the Bobcats. Gibson.
Give up inside to Gibson. He'll fall forward up to about the 38-yard line. Then they'll spot it back at the 36. Same set. Gibson will come up at the H-back. Thomas over to the right of Holland, and he'll get the handoff. Still on his feet, and he gets up to about the 32-yard line, and that's another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down. 6:42 on the clock. Bobcats still up 8-0.
I feel like we need to shout out Jaden Gibson there. He threw a very good block, which opened up the hole for Thomas there. Very good job by the senior there.
2 receivers each side now, as Thomas will step out at inside receiver to the right. Combs wide out all the way to the right, and we'll get a quick timeout on the Bobcat sideline. We'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
All right, folks, we are back from a rain-soaked Jackson, Kentucky, where the Bobcats play host to the Crusaders of St. Henry. 6:26 on the clock. Bobcats up 8-0. Coming back out on the field after a quick timeout called by Coach Moore. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Miles Holland with Gibson in the backfield. He'll give to Jaden. Jaden up the middle, finds an opening. He's up to the 20, the 15, the 10, still on his feet, lowers his shoulders, and takes it into the end zone.
Wow. A very Cam Scatabo-esque ending for Jaden Gibson there, as he was not and forced his way into that end zone, Rob. Yeah. Very good run from him. Of course, we always talk about the difference between Thomas and Gibson. Gibson's more of the power back, but he put some moves on there, Rob.
Well, that time you saw the difference between the two, if you will, in the backfield. Jaden comes out, goes up the middle. You know, Thomas is more of that speed running back. We've seen him grow into that running back that lowers his shoulder. Bobcats line up. Going to be a keeper to Holland. Holland on his feet into the end zone. Quarterback scorer for Miles Holland. That'll put another 2 points on the board with 6:17 on the clock. Makes it 16-0. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
All right, we are back just after a Jaden Gibson 31-yard touchdown run and a Miles Holland keeper for the 2-point conversion. Make your score 16-0 with 6:17 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Bobcats really scoring at will right now, Rob. I think, like we were saying during that little break, they were really antsy and wanting to go and wanting to play this game. So they're really out here just kind of dominating the field right now.
Wyatt Spencer out to kick the kickoff. Takes a roll back to about the 23, picked up, young man on midfield. He's going to make a run forward up to about the 50, and he makes it over into Bobcat territory. Finally taken down by John Carter Holland up around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Rob, a rare slip up for the Bobcat coverage team. They've done very good this year, but very good on the Crusader return man there to find a crease and be able to get some good yardage for his offense.
Well, like you said, he found a crease. He found a nice alley right up the middle of the field, and that is the wettest part of the field at this point. And he went north and got out of there and made his way up, and the ball is spotted right on the 50. So that'll be a Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down for the Crusaders. Turn, handoff in the backfield to Pate. Pate lowers his shoulder. See Gibson and a host of other Bobcats in there. I think they'll say forward motion will stop him right back at the
That's what they've 40, about a yard or two.
Yeah, maybe a yard and a half gain. They're going to give him 2.
Very
so
good
at the 48-yard line.
Very good on the Bobcat defensive line there. I saw Carson Miller get a hand on the on Pate there to kind of hold him up and allow them other Bobcat defenders to get there. Of course, Waylon Abner's our player of the year for the 2A District 6. the entire defensive line could be
Yeah,
a player of the
that's-
year because they're all just very good at disrupting the line of scrimmage.
They all feed off each other, and I tell you what, they're doing a great job. Quarterback going to roll out, chased out of there by Gibson, pass toward the end zone, and he'll go incomplete.
End zone.
Or sideline, my bad.
Yeah.
I was kind of distracted. I thought I saw a flag come out. Must have been a marker come out for one of the referees.
The Crusaders trying to take advantage of a very aggressive Bobcat defense right now. Looks like they sent a blitz there on their edges. Of course, Jaden Gibson was in the backfield there, so of course they blitz because he plays inside linebacker now due to some injuries. But just didn't work there. Good coverage by the Bobcat secondary as well as they kind of covered off that that play action. Very good job on Jaden Gibson to applying some pressure there.
Crusaders under center, turn, give to Pate. Pate met at the line of scrimmage, and he's taken down at the 50. So
yeah, he just met an absolute wall of Bobcat defenders.
Say thanks again to our sponsors. We appreciate ARH, Appalachian Regional Healthcare, More Health, More Care. Also, Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. HCTC, Hazard Community and Technical College, where their coaches will keep you on your path to success.
It's like the Crusader special teams unit comes out, so they like to punt here, Rob.
Punt team back on the field with 4:49 on the clock.
We'll get to see how good this leg of the punter is as he'll be punting towards the Bobcat end zone. Very close. Could be a touchback here if he puts too much power on it.
Kicker is back around the 37. And on territory, he puts the boot to it. Pretty good punt. Going to go all the way back to about the 15. Picked up around the 14-yard line. Still on his feet. I think that's Spencer.
Yeah.
Tripped up, and he makes it up to about the 38. I think they're going to mark him at the 37.
Oh, we have a flag on the field, though. But we'll go ahead and mention about Spencer. He is a dangerous return man for the Bobcat offense. Of course, previous Bobcat offenses have shoved the speedier players like Lane Weddle back there and players such like that are a running back. But throwing Adam Spencer back there is a good decision because he just has very good vision. We've seen it on those bubble screens he runs. He also has great vision over the field, but just simply because he plays safety and he knows where lanes can open up and whatnot. And he's also small and very shifty, as looks like the penalty goes against the Bobcats here.
Yeah, the penalty will go against the boys in blue, and they'll back it up, looks like, to the 26-yard line. So with 4:23 on the clock, your score 16-0. The Bobcats take over on the 26. Maybe the 27. Hard to tell from here. It looks like 27-yard line.
That's about the 26. Oh, that's 27. You're right, Rob.
Give up inside and met at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Thomas. Nowhere to go inside on that play. Offense comes back out to get set. Two receivers to the left. Gibson there at the H-back. Holmes, your far receiver to the right. Give in the backfield to Thomas. Thomas almost loses his footing. Still on his feet. Drives forward up to the 40-yard line, which is enough for a Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Bobcats. They'll set the ball down at the 39-yard line at midfield.
Yeah, Bobcats going back to that run offense that we're probably going to see a lot of tonight as Thomas comes out. Looks like he got a little muddy on the play because he had some dirt in his helmet he needs to clean out. But
give in the back. No, that's a keeper. Miles Holland with the ball at the 40, the 45, out of bounds at the 50. So Holland, designed quarterback keeper, called by Coach Moore, and Holland once again picks up another first down for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I mean we've seen it all year with Holland. Well, actually, I should say it's great to have a quarterback with legs, Rob. I mean, it opens up the playbook just that little bit more where he can do more as the range really starting to pick up out there.
Ball moved over to the 49-yard line in Crusader territory. Holland will move Gibson over to his right. Barnett back in there at a blocking back now. Give to Gibson. Gibson meets one defender and falls forward up to about the 42. Probably going to be spotted at the 43. And the referees and the guys on the sideline doing a good job trying to keep a dry ball in there for the offense to work.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult tonight to keep a dry ball. Looks like the Bobcats are really going to be using that ball warmer they have down on the sideline a lot tonight, Rob.
Holland waits for the call. Barnett set at the H-back. Two receivers now to the left. move Gibson over to the right. And we got that's Thomas in the backfield. We got a quick flag in the backfield.
Yeah, it's like we
probably coming on the offense from the false start.
Rain is really starting to pick up. I know I just said that a second ago, Rob, but you might see the Bobcats elect to go under center here soon.
Yeah, it really has. There's been a difference from the time that we started back at
you can
11:59 on the clock.
I know the folks at home can't see it, but you can really see just a straight puddle forming on the sideline there.
We started back at 11:59 on the clock here. At 10 minutes after 8, it was a much lighter rain. It's really picked up hard. 2 backs over to the right. Holland with a design keeper, 2 blocks, still on his feet, and he's going to move forward up to about the 41-yard line. So Coach Moore giving the ball to Miles in the backfield again, and Barnett and Gibson being the blocking backs over there for Miles as he goes around that right-hand side of the line.
Yeah, Coach Moore also really showing a lot of trust in his center and quarterback right now to be able to keep that shotgun playbook open right now.
Same set, flip the script to the left side, giving the backfield to Thomas. Thomas tries to get by one defender, still on his feet up to about the 35, drove out of bounds at the 31.
Yes.
So what looked like the play was going to be a tackle for a loss or maybe at the line of scrimmage turns into a Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down by Eli Thomas.
Yeah, really great run and a very powerful stiff arm from Thomas there, Rob.
2:07 now on the clock, 16-0 still your score. Barnett back in there just to the left of Holland. Trips to the left, give to Barnett up inside. He's going to fall forward up to the 25-yard line. So Braden Barnett with his first carry of the night. Good positive yardage by Barnett.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Gibson being the power back, but Braden Barnett is a textbook definition power back. You rarely ever see him go anywhere outside the tackles. He is just in between there, hitting the hole really hard up in there, and getting a very good gain for his first rush tonight.
Well, you said it perfect. That's where you're going to use a back like Barnett. He's not afraid to lower that shoulder. All 3 receivers will flip to the right. Thomas will come to the left beside Holland. So it's a bunch right formation. Ball gets loose from Holland. He'll fall on it at the 35. Once again, another wet ball with the rain situation that time. Holland able to fall on it and cover it up. Solidify the ball, stay in the offense hands of the Bobcats. 1:12 on the clock. Saw that happen a couple times, and it's got to be a rough, just like you said, it's got to be rough on the center and the quarterback.
Definitely.
To try and keep the ball dry in and out from the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, I know as a center myself, I've had some bad snaps here and there. That can really get in your mental and maybe throw off your
Good snap that time. Hand off to Thomas around the right corner, still on his feet. He's still on his feet as he falls forward up to about the 14-yard line. Looked like he was going to be tackled back around the 20 to 22. And Thomas able to make the best of it and drive forward for another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down.
Yeah, but as we were saying, you got to be very mentally tough to play center.
You do.
If you mess up a snap, you can't let that get to you because it can affect your block the next play or the next snap. Really great trust by Coach Moore and his center and quarterback on this shotgun.
Another good snap to Holland. Holland keeps it. And around the right side, going to be tackled by 3 Crusader defensive players. 30 seconds now on the clock. So Holland, once again, the ball carrier, Miles, doing a great job last week that we talked about. And then this time, Coach Moore has elected to use those backs in the backfield kind of as blockers and just turn Miles loose with it on a few plays. Looks like they're going to let the first quarter run out on the clock. We'll take a break with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back. 16-0 your score.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family-owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, East Kentucky Chiropractic, and Quantum Healthcare. We want to be your medical home in the mountains, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, x-ray, lab, transportation, case management, sliding fee scale, and 340B drug pricing. Little Flower Clinic, 279 East Main Street, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., 487-9505. And Quantum Healthcare, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m., 436-0711. Or visit our webpage, kymha.com.
Thanks to Scott and the guys over at Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply. Stop by and see them this week for all your electrical, plumbing, and heating needs. Also, Jackson Medical Clinic. Come and see them at the Jackson Medical Clinic for all your after-hours and 7-day-a-week medical care. And Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts. Thanks for keeping the Bobcats on the field. Right back to the field we go with a give to Gibson, a pickup of about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, so the Bobcats elected to go in there. I'm heavy set with the Wildcat. Looks like it wasn't as positive as it usually is for them. It's like he was stopped around the line of scrimmage there, Rob.
Once again, that Wildcat set with Gibson in the backfield, Barnett at a blocker, and here goes Gibson around up to the 5. He drives forward and looking for a sign, and there it is. Gibson into the end zone for another score with 11:32 on the clock.
Very good. And Sawyer Hall right there, Rob, is Sawyer helped Gibson wheel into the red zone there. Or end zone.
So Gibson with another score here to start out the second quarter, and looking to see if the Bobcats elect to go for 2. Looks like Holland will be in the backfield with Barnett just to his right, 2 receivers each side, and they'll give to Barnett. Barnett steps over a defender and into the end zone for a 2-point conversion is good. 11:32 on the clock. That's going to make your score 24-0. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
So Wyatt Spencer presumably at the wettest spot in the field as he lines up for the kickoff. 11:32 on the clock to start the second. Takes a step, makes the kick. Ball going to take a bounce back to the 30. And I think that's number 32 from the Crusaders, able to fall on it and cover it up. And
that's I don't see a 32, so that must have been 36. Must have been Pate. Well, there's not a 30 either.
Okay.
So that must be Pate. Yeah, getting really hard to see the numbers
on those
and it's also
jerseys.
getting very soaked right in that midfield area. As some of the folks may have noticed, that ball skipping almost looked like it was a stone skipping over a lake with how much water was coming off the bottom of it.
Yeah, good comparison. You could see the water coming off the balls that went across the field. Taking Skidmore in at nose guard now. Defense gets set. Crusaders set. Quarterback will go under center. 3 backs behind him. 1 receiver wide to the right side of the field. Like a power I set, they'll give in the backfield to the tailback, and he's going to be met, tackle for a loss. Looks like a loss of about 2 yards right in front of the Crusaders sideline.
Yeah, very good from those Bobcat box players. They sealed off every hole and crease for the running back to hit and did a very good job pushing him out wide for the secondary players to come down and make the tackle, Rob.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to force a running back that's going towards the sideline. You want to force them out and use that sideline to your advantage, and the rest of the defenders able to get there and make the stop. So it'll be 2nd and 11 now. Ball on the 29-yard line. 10:54 on the clock. Your score 24-0. Crusaders set again. You have a line of scrimmage tackled. Bobcats right there.
I didn't see much of a give there, Rob. Looks like they may have fumbled the snap a little bit.
Looked like the ball come out.
Yeah, looks like they're calling it a fumble for the Bobcats.
So the ball did come out?
Yeah.
Crusaders lose it. Bobcats recover with 10:39 on the clock. Bobcats with excellent field position. Ball will be on the 29-yard line.
We're going
over on the left hash.
Might see that a few times now. We've seen it with the Bobcats receiving the snap, and now we've seen it with the Crusaders. These elements really affecting these players right now.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Thomas. Holland will give to him in the backfield. Makes one man miss. Stiff arm by the next one. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. Still on his feet. Lowers his shoulder. Drove out of bounds around the 4-yard line. What a run by Eli Thomas as he tiptoes through the puddles, so to speak, as he comes out of the middle of the field, found some green grass, a nice alley down the sideline, and Thomas with a big pickup and a big gain for another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down. Holland takes a snap, give again to Thomas in the backfield, lowers his shoulder into the end zone for Eli Thomas.
Man, Thomas is keeping absolutely great balance in these very muggy and awful conditions tonight, Rob. He is able to stay up well. We saw it there. He was able to see a defender fall down and take advantage of that. So, it makes you wonder if some of the Bobcat coaches ran out during that rain break and got some cooking oil sprayed on the bottom of the cleats.
So the 2-point conversion in the backfield is number 1, Eli Thomas, as he crosses into the end zone for another 2-point conversion. 10:26 on the clock. That'll make your score 32-0. We'll be back after this message.
Hazard Community and Technical College invites you to MiniCon on Friday, October 24th. From 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. in the Lee's College Campus Library. This free all-day event features That One Show with host Brian Combs, Bloodshed in the Bluegrass with hosts Sheena Yoder and Bree Warner, local ghost hunting group Yellow Jacket Paranormal, author Tasha Fugit, multimedia production duo Mike and Charles Schaus, and Apple Shop's Appalachian Media Institute representative Tommy Anderson. Everyone is welcome. Dress in cosplay and bring your own tabletop and card games and enjoy a fun, creative day with the HCTC community.
Thanks again to Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you've been injured, give Dr. Howard a call. Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts. Wyatt Spencer with another kickoff. Ball going to take a Breathitt County roll. The man picks up the ball and drops it, but he's able to cover it up. Tried to make some positive yards, but by that time, all the Bobcat defenders were in his house, so to speak, and ball going to be spotted, I believe, right around the 20-yard line. We'll see where they're going to put it down. Let's see where the spot's going to be. Maybe at the 28,
maybe?
24.
24? Oh, is it 24?
Yep.
My
It's
bad.
a 24-yard line midfield.
30, my bad.
10:21 on the clock. 32-0 after the last Eli Thomas run.
Yeah, so the Bobcats have elected to keep Tayton Skidmore in at nose and has Trent Noble and Waylon Abner out on their edge. Ooh.
Brento, the quarterback, with a handoff up inside.
Brento.
Freshman on the Crusaders team, doing a great job.
Yeah, Bobcats tried to blitz there, Rob, but almost big hitter for them as Braden Barnett really pushed that offensive line back, but the running back did a very good job finding the hole there. Got a positive gain on the play for them.
Crusaders come back out. 1 receiver wide to the left. Power left backfield. Brento under center, turns, makes the handoff, running back up inside, maybe a pickup of 2, maybe 3 yards as he falls forward, depending on the spot.
Yeah, with the set they're running right now, Rob, that is very preferable. Of course, when you see kind of like a bone set or something like that, people always say 3 yards in a cloud of dust is what you're aiming for.
Well, it's a good set. It's a lot like the wishbone in the fact that it's been around forever and teams continue to run it and be successful. And on a night like tonight, it's good to have 3 men in the backfield that, you've got some options back there, 2 blockers and somebody with the ball. Could be a good place for a quarterback keeper too. Hand off to the tailback. Met at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, nothing there on that play. Bobcats probably really used to defending this. Of course, as we know from previous years, they have a bone set. Really haven't seen it this much this year, though, Rob. I think if the rain does continue, though, we might see it a little bit later in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think at some point you're going to see Miles Holland go up under center for the Bobcats, and that will be something to protect the ball we've saw a couple of snaps get away from him and him able to cover it up, but the rain continues to come down as you look up into the lights here. Crusaders elect to punt. Punt will come from about the 20-yard line. It's a low punt. Could be live at this point. Looked like it touched a couple of defenders, but they'll blow it down at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, looks like it could have hit a Bobcat blocker or a coverage team member for the Crusaders there. Looks like the referee said it didn't, though, and looks like the Bobcats get it once again around the 30 and 40-yard line in their own territory. Very good starting position so far for the night, for the Cats tonight.
Thanks again to Jiffy Mart. Get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department. And thanks again to Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Bataville. Holland comes out, gets the offense set. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Give in the backfield. And that is Barnett.
Nope, that's
that is Kylan Combs.
I just saw the 2, so I thought it was Barnett.
Kylan Combs able to pick up about 4. We'll see. They're going to spot it at the 39.
So about 3 or 4 yards.
Be second and about 7 yards. Low snap, gets away from Holland, and he'll fall on it just to protect it. Once again, that's coming right from that part of the field that is just inundated with water. Yeah, it's probably an inch or 2 of water standing there in some places. And you'll see that on a grass field this time of year in a heavy rain. You're going to have some spots that will hold some water. The rest of the field has actually drained pretty well. Rain has lightened up a little bit. Holland, 2 receivers to the right. Back just to his right is Gibson. They'll give to Gibson. Gibson up the middle, has an alley at the 40, crosses the 50, back to the 40 on the other side of the field, finally brought down in Crusader territory around the 25. Looks like the line judge is saying, looks like they're going to spot him around the 28-yard line.
Do that.
He slid forward 2 or 3 yards, I guess. They're going to back the offense up a yard, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like anytime someone goes to the ground, they're playing on a slip and slide, Rob, with all this mud out.
Well, you can see Carson Miller reach for the referee's towel to dry his hands off before he makes the snap. Give again to Gibson in the backfield. He'll lower his shoulder, drive forward, falls up to the 20-yard line.
Very good job by Gibson to still pick up some positive yards there. We saw a defender from the left side, or from the left side of the offense come and dagger down inside to try to negate the run there, but Gibson did a very good job running through that.
Trips to the right. One of those receivers is Kylan Combs. Give in the backfield to Thomas. Thomas to the left. On his feet at the 10, the 5, nobody in his way. And another touchdown for Eli Thomas with 6 here in the second quarter.
There's not much you can say about this, Rob. Bobcats have been very dominant through the run. All 5 of their touchdowns have been on the ground tonight. Of course, you see that in the it comes with the territory here where it's pouring the rain. You're really not going to see those big explosive passes. Instead, you're going to see big explosive runs.
And as we expect, the Bobcats come back out to go for 2. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Holland will hand off to Combs, and Kylan Combs will roll into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. So with 6:35 on the clock, that'll make your score 42-0. We'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
So another family pharmacy scoring play by Eli Thomas makes the score 40-0 with 6:07 on the clock. Wyatt Spencer back on the field for the kickoff, and he's a little bit better this time, Evan. He's got out of the water a little bit, puts the boot to it. The squib kick goes up the middle of the field and will be covered at the 35. I think they'll probably spot it at the 34.
Yeah, Crusaders doing a very good job covering off that squib kick. Of course, we see Wyatt's squib kick is not really the normal squib where he just punts it into the second level. his travels very far on the bounce. So it looks like the Crusaders have kind of just dropped or not dropping those second level guys back and just having them go ahead and block and having
Yeah.
the third level guys come on down and receive the ball.
Exactly right. 5:25 on the clock now as it will run. Crusaders come out, one receiver wide to the right. 3 men in the backfield in that power left or power right situation now. Fullback, tailback, the blocking back. Quarterback going to let some time run off the clock. Down to 9 seconds. Makes the turn on the handoff. Give to Pate in the backfield. He'll fall up to about the 39-yard line.
It was number 4.
What was it, number 4?
I think it was. It was Emir Viveros.
Looks like they got Gunnar Irvin in at quarterback now. Number 9 is in at quarterback.
Yeah, looks like the Bobcat defense has also made some changes out there with their personnel, so we could see the Crusaders do that as well right now, Rob.
Second down and about 4 for the Crusaders. They'll walk back to the line of scrimmage, one receiver wide to the numbers right in front of the Crusaders sideline. Power left formation again in the eye. Irvin will turn and hand off the mesh point taken away that time.
Yeah.
By number 54.
Caden Combs.
By Combs, and also looking for the other number. I think that was Wyatt Spencer in there with him.
Maybe, but Combs met him right at the mesh point there. It's like either a blocking breakdown or just a very good job by Combs to get off the block and meet him there.
Sizemore in there at nose guard doing a great job on that play also. So 3rd and 8 from the 35-yard line for the Crusaders. Same set. One receiver wide to the right. I formation in that power setup. Power back to the left. Once again, Irvin at quarterback will let some time tick off the clock. He'll go under center and take the snap. Breathitt shows blitz and
false start.
Braden Barnett on a wet.
Oh no, did he just jump off the blitz?
Yeah, just on a wet field. Couldn't put the brakes on fast enough and across the line of scrimmage, and that'll be encroachment on the defense, and that'll move the ball up 5 yards for the Crusaders. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3 now from the 40-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field. Irvin still at quarterback. Wide receiver has come to the left side of the field now for the Crusaders. Line is set. Quarterback runs some time off. He'll go under center. Breathitt showing blitz again. Turn, hand to the tailback. That is Pate, I believe, and he tows a couple of defenders with him, and that'll be a Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Crusaders starting to show a little bit more of that ground and pound offense that the Bobcats did throughout the first.
Yeah, that was number 4 coming out there with it.
Yeah, so that's Viveros.
So the Crusaders will have it at the 46-yard line. 1:56 on the clock here in the second quarter. Rain has subsided to a slow, wouldn't call it a heavy drizzle. One receiver to the left. And we got a drop snap. I thought maybe we'd have a flag, but
yeah, it looks like the quarterback just wasn't ready at all for the ball there, Rob.
So able to get a hand on it and recover it. Be spotted back at the 44-yard line. Another hard to tell if that was a situation with a wet ball or
I think it just looked like he wasn't ready. He was standing up.
Looked like the center almost thought it might have been on 2. Power eye again as the Crusaders come out. Power back to the left. One receiver to the left. Quarterback Irvin will take some more time off the clock. He'll go under center and got a tackle offensive tackle offsides on the Crusaders, so that'll back them up 5 yards. "25 seconds on the clock, probably be the last play of the first half. Power left, give in the backfield to the tailback, gets past one defender, met right around the 40, going to be tackled at the 41. And I think that's probably going to do it for the second half. 6 seconds on the clock. And the Bobcats will head to the locker room, and we'll take a break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Your score's 40-0. Bobcats in the lead.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
For 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, East Kentucky Chiropractic, and Quantum Healthcare. We want to be your medical home of the mountains, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, x-ray, lab, transportation, case management, sliding fee scale, and 340B drug pricing. Little Flower Clinic, 279 East Main Street, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., 487-9505, and Quantum Healthcare, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m., 436-0711, or visit our webpage, kymha.com.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Hazard Community and Technical College invites you to MiniCon on Friday, October 24th from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. in the Lee's College Campus Library. This free all-day event features That One Show with host Brian Combs, Bloodshed in the Bluegrass with hosts Sheena Yoder and Bree Warner, local ghost hunting group Yellow Jacket Paranormal, author Tasha Fugit, multimedia production duo Mike and Charles Schaus, and Apple Shop's Appalachian Media Institute representative Tommy Anderson. Everyone is welcome. Dress in cosplay and bring your own tabletop and card games and enjoy a fun, creative day with the HCTC community.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
At People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
All right, folks, we are back here during the halftime session. 2:35 left in intermission. 40-0, your score. Bobcats in front over the Crusaders. We'll run down some quick scoring for you to start things off. The Bobcats in a lightning delay start. At 9:58 in the first quarter, Thomas's run was good for the first Family Pharmacy score for the Bobcats. 2-point conversion was good by Gibson. 6:17 on the clock in the first quarter. Gibson puts that one in from 31 yards out. Miles Holland, with quarterback keeper on the 2-point conversion, was good. On into the second quarter, where the Bobcats scored 3 times. Gibson first with 11:32 on the clock. Barnett with a 2-point conversion. 10:26 on the clock. Thomas's run was good from 2 yards out. 2-point conversion was good. And at 6:35 on the clock, touchdown was good by Eli Thomas with a 29-yard scamper. And the 2-point conversion was also good on that one, and that makes your score 40-0. Bobcats in front of the Crusaders. First round of the playoffs. Bobcats not missing a beat here in the rain, Evan.
Yeah, definitely, Rob. We're seeing just really one aspect of the Bobcats game, though.
Yeah.
Really haven't seen them open up that passing game. I mean, really, how could you, though, with the conditions? Of course, rain stops, so we might see if Coach Moore does look to keep the starters in for a drive or two, we may see that passing game kind of open up here. But we'll just have to wait and see. But the run game, as you were reading off some scores, has been very dominant tonight. Some very big runs broken off. And you really want to, of course, the passing game's good. It's great if you're behind a little bit. It can help you make up some lost ground really quick. But you really want to see the run game doing very well, especially in the first game of the playoffs, so it can really evolve and get better as the playoffs continue.
Another score update, another game on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Letcher Central has a 1-point lead, 21-20 over Knox Central. So a good close ball game there between those two. A few games going on tonight of interest for our fans. But I tell you what, everybody that has came out tonight and braved the weather here to start things out has definitely witnessed a school being put on by Thomas and Gibson in the backfield for the Bobcats. We talked about that early on. We anticipated seeing the running game with it being such a wet field. Holland comes out, makes a couple of short passes. One of those complete to Barker for a big completion to move the Bobcats down the field. But so far tonight, Gibson, Barnett, Thomas, and also Miles Holland in on a few keepers, and Bobcats with the running game continue to control this one. 40-0 your score. We've got the whistle to end intermission, and we'll say thanks again to our sponsors. We want to appreciate all of them for being here with us for Bluegrass Sports Nation's coverage of the Bobcats all season long. We appreciate all those fine folks, especially Family Pharmacy. Great people who have your safety at heart. Family Pharmacy has always been proud supporters of the Bobcats, and they have always been one of our premier sponsors covering all of our scoring plays here for the Bobcats. Also to Buckhorn Children and Family Services for sponsoring our first downs. Buckhorn Children and Family Services have been providing services for over 100 years, providing hope and healing to families across Kentucky. Also, thanks to Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you've been injured, call Dr. Howard. He can help with accidents and workers' compensation claims. Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy. And Rose Brothers Department Stores with locations in Jackson and Betaville. Thanks again to all those fine sponsors. We appreciate them, and you'll hear more about them the rest of the night. The rain has come all to a halt. You can just barely see a few drops every now and then up against the lights here on the field. Bobcats out on the field warming up. Crusaders have went to the sideline. We've still got about 3 minutes here left in the warm-up period of intermission. Bobcats continue to roll, Evan, and like we talked about earlier, if they take care of business next week, they would be on the road to Belfry to take on the Pirates, assuming everything goes well with Belfry in their games. That at that point in time, you start to think about RPI in the third round, and that's when a lot of people get confused with the playoffs and the KHSAA, the way that they do the high school playoffs. I've seen a lot of posts and read a lot of posts on social media about the playoffs and the RPI system, and a lot of people would like to see some things change at this point. But I'll just be honest with you, I don't see the KHSAA really trying to make any moves and do anything different with high school football right now.
Yeah, the RPI system isn't popular, especially with some of the people in the mountain region where they have to usually pack up and go up north and play some steeper competition. And a lot of people would rather see mountain teams play mountain teams in those
Yeah.
playoff games.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the RPI system is very effective in getting us some really good matchups
Yeah.
just based off strength of schedule. Of course, there are some weaknesses in that, as it doesn't take into account good losses, bad losses here and there. It's just straight numbers.
Yeah, it's definitely been a topic among a lot of high school football fans, and it's just one of those things that, the KHSAA is trying to provide as many playoff games as they can for every team and to keep as many teams active as they can in the playoffs. And it's unfortunate at some point in times, some of these teams can't make the trip, and it's hard for some teams to field enough players to, go north and play a much larger team. Even if it's in the same class, Class 2A can vary a lot from east to north. So the kickoff will travel into Crusader territory, and the Crusaders recover that and bring it up to about the 48-yard line. We'll see where it's spotted here at midfield.
Yeah, see some good returns tonight from the Crusaders. Of course, we had that one that put them in Bobcat territory, and this one has put them very close to it.
Very close. Still haven't spotted the ball. I think they're trying to get another dry ball onto the field, and they'll set it down at the 47-yard line. So it'll be a Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Crusaders. Back in the I formation, one receiver to the right. Crusaders taking a little time off the clock. They'll go down under center. Tries to draw the Bobcats off, and they'll turn and hand it to the tailback in the backfield, and just nowhere to go. Met there at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's like he tried to read the his original running lane the best he could, but there was just a big wall there, Rob. Of course, the Bobcat defense has been very good against the run this year. Of course, we don't have a number of how many rushing yards they've let up over this entire year, but they've done very well, especially after that Hazard game where they got a few more where they had some players step up and some injured players back.
We talked about the mud, and we talked about the agility, on the field, and we haven't said a whole lot about the linemen, but you start thinking about those offensive and defensive guys. It's hard for an offensive lineman to really get a good footing and keep their feet and try to drive somebody out of there in that mud. So it could have been one of the reasons that running lane was blocked off on that last play. Crusaders come back out. One receiver wide to the left. Power right formation. Once again, trying to draw the Bobcats off. They're showing blitz. Ball comes loose. Quarterback may be able to cover it up. Bobcats coming out of the pile saying they have it. No sign yet. Yes, the Bobcats out of the bottom of the pile. I believe that was Trent Noble coming out of there last. So the Bobcats cover it up after the ball comes out. The fumble recovery by the Bobcats with 9:27 on the clock. And they will come out on the field with, looks like the starters. Sizemore will come in at guard.
But Rob, as soon as we talk about players who have stepped up well, Trent Noble comes up with what seems to be a fumble recovery there by him. Of course, really can't tell, especially in high school. We don't have replay, but he's become a very big part of this Bobcat defense.
He sure has. He's playing well. Give in the backfield to Caleb Neese, and Neese will get up to about the 46, maybe the 47. They're going to mark it at the 46. So Bobcat offense comes back, gets set.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of Caleb Neese whenever the Bobcats are able to put a running clock on some of these teams, and we saw him a lot in the preseason too. Kid looks very good. could be someone to develop very well very well into this Bobcat running back position once Gibson leaves.
Good athletic IQ. He plays a lot of sports, and we've got a flag in the backfield. Neese that time up to the 40, still on his feet past the 35. But we've got a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, this one's coming back.
Yep, I believe so. Yep, holding on the Bobcats, so they will walk it back. 8:05 on the clock here in the third quarter. Ball will be spotted at the 43. One receiver each side for the Bobcats. Barnett, the blocking back. Up in front of Caleb Neese. Holland takes a snap, sits back in the pocket. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got John Carter Holland there. And the ball will fall incomplete out of bounds with 7:30 on the clock.
Another close one there for John Carter. Looks like the elements still may be affecting the ball a little bit. Of course, as we've talked about all night, that little midfield section in between the hashes is becoming an absolute swamp, Rob.
Yeah, the middle of the field has not had any drainage at all in certain spots and continued to puddle up during the rain. And it's got to be hard to get any footing in the middle of the field. Bobcats working from the left hash now. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Give in the backfield to Barnett. Barnett, stiff arms one, gets by another, drags a couple of defenders up to about the 42-yard line. So a huge run by Brayton Barnett.
Yeah, good, absolutely great run by Barnett. Of course, we talk about he doesn't have that quickness factor or the quickness factor of either Thomas or Gibson.
Yeah.
He just has that lower his shoulder ability, and he just absolutely drug the Crusader defender with him and put him in almost a fourth and short situation.
Two receivers now to the right for the Bobcats. Barnett in the backfield. Holland will hand off to him up the middle. Gets past one tackler around his ankles, and he'll fall forward up to the 30-yard line. So Barnett with another big run, and that'll be another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the boys in blue.
Yeah, Barnett doing a very good job. As we were talking about with him, he stays in between those tackles when he runs, and he is not afraid to lower his shoulder and try to cause some damage to a defender.
I respect the fact that Carson Miller will not go up to snap the ball without drying his hands off. He's asked for the referee a couple times now. Give in the backfield, that is Caleb Neese. Neese to the 35, to the 20, up past the 15, falls up to the 10. So a huge run by Caleb Neese. And another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down.
Yeah, just to be a freshman, he really does not run like one, Rob. He has very good ball carrier vision. I wouldn't say on the level of Thomas or Gibson, but he is getting there. This is going to be a great player to develop for the Bobcats.
Yeah, developing really good, and he's making the most of his minutes. Every time he comes into the game, he has really been positive for the Bobcats. We've seen him play some great defense, too, when he comes in. So Caleb Neese making some big moves for the Bobcats and definitely looking like somebody that's going to develop into a great running back. He gets the ball again at the 10, the 5. Caleb driving forward, and Caleb Neese into the end zone with 5:02 on the clock. So Caleb Neese punches it in for the Bobcats here in the third.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, just another great offensive set from the Bobcats, especially when they were fighting some adversity here and there. Got a holding call, put them in a third and long situation. Yep. They trust their guys, give the ball to Brayton Barnett and let him run, put them in great position to get another first down through Barnett. And also a great job by Caleb Neese getting the ball and making the most of his varsity hours he's getting in this all Bobcat affair.
Bobcats with Kylan Combs and Caleb Neese in the backfield. As they'll go for two, they'll give to Kylan Combs, and Kylan gets away from a defender right at the goal line trying to get in, but I think he's going to be stopped. Yes, it's waved off. So 2-point conversion is no good with 4:10 on the clock. That'll make your score 46-0. Folks, we are back here from the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Bobcats in control of this first round of the playoff game, 46-0 with 3:20 on the clock. And they will come out of the sideline huddle to kick this one off. Wyatt Spencer out to set the kicking tee down at the 40. Once again, right in that midfield area. Just a soaking mess there in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Wyatt will attempt to get his footing and kick this one off. Done a great job so far tonight. He's been able to do the pooch kick, and that one there goes right down the middle of the field. Will roll over to the left hash, and Crusader able to fall on it right around the 36-yard line. So the Crusaders with another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down with 2:40 on the clock. See if they can get some offense going. As we talked about this earlier, a lot of JV players coming into the game on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, looks like the Bobcats have finally taken out their starting linebackers as well and putting their second team to let them get some work here, Rob.
Crusaders break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. One receiver wide to the right at the numbers. Power right formation. Once again, Crusaders will take some time off the clock. Settles down under center. Got another offensive tackle offsides over on the left side as Crusaders will get the penalty and walk it back 5 yards. So first down and 15, 1:40 on the clock. Ball now sitting on the 26-yard line.
And a minute 35 left to play in the third. Bobcat defense so far pitching a shutout tonight, Rob. Carrying on some good defensive play ever since the Hazard game.
Well, I think that's really important, not just going into the playoffs, but to start out the playoffs, to see your defense primed and ready. It's tough in a situation like this, in this environment. We've had so much rain with the delay, the obstacle, and we talk about, adversity and football being a game of adversity. So the Bobcats and the defense, playing with the rainy weather, able to, like you said, pitch the shutout. And that time, the defense able to make the stop. That was Wyatt Spencer coming across the field to make the stop on the quarterback at the 30 over in front of the Bobcat sideline.
Very good play call from the Crusaders there, Rob. They took advantage of the Bobcats kind of selling on the run and ran a play action. Of course, anything downfield wasn't open. And number 9,
Irvin.
Gunnar Irvin did a very good job trying to get some yards. Got some positive yards on the play, about 2 or 3 there for the Crusaders. Looks like they'll just let the clock run out.
Still going to be 2nd and 12. No rush getting into the huddle. I think you're right. They'll probably let the clock run out on this one. 10 seconds now. We'll take a break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, home of the first round of the playoffs for your Breathitt Bobcats, taking on the St. Henry Crusaders. Bobcats 46-0 in control of this one. JV in to get some positive minutes here and actually save any kind of injuries to your first string going into next week.
Yeah. Also some really good minutes for these guys as we've talked about throughout the year, the Bobcats have a lot of seniors. So some of these younger guys have really got to step into these roles in their sophomores and junior years next year, Rob.
I haven't seen a scoring update, but I believe we would play the winner of
Bracken and
West
Carter
and Bracken. So I don't know how we would find that. We will have to look it up. We'll try to update you if we can get it.
Try to find it.
Crusaders come out. Irvin at quarterback, one receiver wide to the right over at the numbers on the sideline.
Did you?
Power to the left. High formation, power back on the left. He's set, and the ball comes out. Ball fumbled and recovered by the Crusaders.
Couldn't find a score update, Rob.
Okay, that's fine. That might be one of those that's hard to find with the location it's in, and we'll have to pay attention to that tomorrow. Update that on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Crusaders come out of the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. 10:57 now on the clock. Irvin back in there, quarterback. Formation. Turn. Give to the second back through, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle for a loss, I believe. Maybe a loss of a yard. Wyatt Spencer in on the tackle.
Brings up a 4th and long for the Crusaders. Dad better take that picture and get out of the way.
He's a good ways out on the field, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
10:16 now on the clock. And that's another instance, as the Crusaders will bring the punt team on the field. That's another instance that a lot of people don't like the playoff situation is, second round. If West Carter knocks off Bracken, we've got another opponent that we've already beaten in our district showing back up here to play us again that we've already beaten throughout the year. And that's another complaint that a lot of people have had throughout the KHSAA playoffs in the last few years.
Yeah,
we've had that happen here before too on the field.
I think a lot of people don't like the fact that it kind of strips district championship away.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, you lose that first 2 rounds to decide the districts. Of course, I got to play in that. That's an electric atmosphere where you have these rivalries you've cultivated throughout your season, and that's just kind of lost. So, in my opinion, it's a little rough to lose that.
The punt falls at the 40-yard line and pretty much falls dead in the water at the 35. Didn't take much of a roll. No, I'd have to agree with you. I mean, it takes away the district championship atmosphere, and it's just odd to have someone come back in the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, especially in this situation now.
Yeah, you think it would be more of a regional type game, working toward a regional championship in that third round.
Yeah. Very strange having to decide the district champion in the regular season instead of just in the postseason.
8:40 on the clock. Bobcat offense will come onto the field. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line over on the left hash.
It was like number 15, Wyatt Spencer will step up and play quarterback for the Bobcats. Am I wrong?
Yep, that's right. Wyatt back in at quarterback. Spencer takes a snap, give to Caleb Neese. Caleb up to the 40, the 45. He'll fall forward. Oh, he's still on his feet. I thought he went down with the tackle. But Caleb busting out of there at the 5, and what a run by Caleb Neese.
Wow. Very good from the young Bobcat. Just a freshman, as we've talked about all year. Great ball carrier vision and great balance, too, working his way through a tackle.
I saw a couple guys go down around the 50 and thought one of them was Caleb, and number 5 came out of there with it and takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. So Caleb Neese, again, just – I tell you what, talk about making the most of your time on the field and using your opportunity. Coach calls his number again, and Caleb takes it all the way to the 1-yard line. Let's see if he gets the reward here.
Yeah.
As Evan Miller would say, let's give him his flowers.
Yep. See if you can hit pay dirt. Let's just go ahead and hit every
cliche.
Yeah, cliche.
Offense finally gets set. Referee will set it down at the 1-yard line on the left hash. Wyatt Spencer and Caleb Neese talking it over in the backfield. Spencer steps up to take the snap. He'll hand off to Neese. Neese, one defender on his legs, and Mr. Referee says Caleb Neese crossed the end zone. So with 7 minutes on the clock, Caleb Neese punches his second touchdown ticket, and the Bobcats will go up 52-0.
Yeah, Caleb Neese making a case for himself next year when that second running back position is open with Jaden Gibson's absence. Of course, you may look at the running back field now or the backfield now and say it's going to be Kylan Combs and Eli Thomas, but Caleb Neese could do a very good job filling that role that'll be left open in the power back. Because though he's not the quickest, he does run very powerfully.
You got to love his vision too, and like he saw the field better than I did a minute ago. He came out of there on a dead sprint out of that pile up around the 50, and tell you what, I thought he was going for the pylon. He was trying to get there, just got knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the octopus on the play.
2-point conversion.
He's a wildcat.
Snap. We'll go back to Neese, and Neese will put it in the end zone for a 2-point conversion. It is good. It's 5:55 on the clock. That'll make your score 54-0. We'll be back. Caleb Neese into the end zone again for another touchdown and another 2-point conversion. That'll run your score to 54-0 with 5 minutes on the clock here in the fourth. The kickoff team on the field getting coached up by Casey Allen and TJ Fraley. Crusaders on the field ready to return this one. I think they're just trying to get enough, get their numbers, trying to get 11 guys on the field.
It looked like Coach Casey Allen was just down there picking out some warm bodies to throw out there in the kickoff.
Well, important to give everybody some time to play and get them on the field.
Yeah, definitely, and maybe fill some positions they didn't know they could play, and once again fill some of those wide open gaps that'll be left next year once the seniors graduate.
Yep. So Wyatt Spencer on for the kickoff from the 40-yard line. I think we finally got enough players on the field. Spencer with the kick. Squib kick will pass the 30 to the 25 and be picked up by the Crusaders, and it'll make it up to past the 40, up to about the 43-yard line. So good field position on the run by the Crusaders. That was number 83 on the run. That is Blaze White on the return. So another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Crusaders. Thanks again to ARH, More Health, More Care. ARH is more for Appalachia. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Hazard Community College, where success coaches will keep you on your path to success. Stop by and see Scott for all your electrical, plumbing, and heating needs at Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply. Thanks again to Jackson Medical Clinic for their after-hours medical attention. Come see them 7 days a week. Crusaders back under center will turn, hand it to the tailback, number 4. Up past the 40 to the 35, up to about the 50. So that'll move it over into Bobcat territory. And it'll be second and about 1 yard.
Yeah, second very short for the Crusaders here, Rob. Yeah.
Thanks again to Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts. Appreciate them keeping our Bobcats in the action and on the field.
Wait, it's a Buckhorn Children Family Services first down for the Crusaders, Rob.
Yeah, what did I say?
No, they called it a first down.
They did?
Yeah,
okay.
they called it a first down.
You said that like you were correcting me. I was going to give you props.
We said second.
I was going to give you props.
That was a second.
First down for the Crusaders, and they pick up another one as they make the run out of bounds. So another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down, 2 in a row now for the Crusaders. Clock runs down to 2:08 now here in the fourth. Chains will move, and Crusaders will go to work from the 35-yard line. Ball spotted on the right hash. A game like this really takes a toll on a grass field this time of year too.
Yeah, definitely.
Not only with the temperatures and the cooler weather, the Bermuda is getting ready to go home for the year.
Yeah.
And a game like this really tough on it with the wet conditions. Crusaders with a back in motion. They'll hand to the tailback. That's number 4. And he's still on his feet, driving forward, going to be short of a first down.
Yeah, Rob. To speak on what you were saying, though, a lot of people, especially when they come from the northern areas of Kentucky, really hate coming down to southeast county where they still have a grass field because some of these fields are like playing on concrete or like older AstroTurf when it gets cold out.
Yeah, there's not a lot of coverage right now, and the field is right in the middle. It's really worked it out during this game in the mud. Crusaders with another first down. They run this one out of bounds. Clock ticks under a second now. Crusaders get set. Power formation. Ball comes loose.
Uh-oh.
And we got 2 or 3 players trying to recover it. Bobcats come out of there with it. We'll say what the referee says.
Yeah, that's the Bobcats' third
fumble
recovered. Yeah.
So with 24 seconds on it, the Bobcats will take over the fumble, and that will do it for the first round of the playoffs as both teams walk to the 50. Your score 54-0 here from the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. We'll be back to wrap this one up here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, folks, we are back from the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex here in Jackson, Kentucky. A rainy night on the riverbank, but the Bobcats overcome the wet weather, and they overcome the Crusaders of St. Henry 54-0 here to wind this one up. Folks, as we do at every game, we want to introduce our Citizens Bank player of the game. We appreciate Citizens Bank for being our sponsor of our player of the game, and tonight it was hard to not pick someone that we have previously picked, but
previously picked many times.
How do you not give it to Eli Thomas?
Yeah, it's really hard not to give it to him. He had the hat trick tonight, a few 2-point conversions in there, 2-point conversions there too, and just a very good game overall by Thomas. It's just hard not to give it to him.
The young man's been picking up accolades and running up yards ever since he began playing football. And we've bragged on him about his vision and the way he runs the football. And he just continues to get better every week. And the things he does on the field are not unlike other people that we've watched run the ball, but he continues to be positive and pick up yards, pick up 2-point conversions and scores for the Bobcats. And so congratulations once again tonight to Eli Thomas for being the Citizens Bank player of the game for the Bobcats. That'll wrap it up for the first round of the playoffs here for the Bobcats. And next week, right here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, we will play host to the winner of the West Carter Rockets or the Bracken County Polar Bears, I believe, if I'm correct. We've played them once before. is it the Comets? My bad, West Carter Comets. We'll play the winner of West Carter or Bracken County.
Yeah, some history between the Polar Bears and the Bobcats as we played them here 2 years ago. I think I played against them. I don't know if Carson played against them last year though.
Well, we'll see who comes out to be the winner of that game, and hopefully make that determination sometime tonight or tomorrow on that game, and have the game set here for the second round of the playoffs here for the Bobcats. We appreciate you guys being with us on a rainy night, sticking with us through the rain delay. We will be back next week. For Darren Back, Evan Miller, I'm Rob Hounshell. We'll see you next week on Bluegrass Sports Nation.